Throughout the lifespan of this channel, I've lived and filmed in 3 houses. I moved to my most recent home in May of 2015, and right before I did that, I documented all the old environments I used to shoot videos in from 2011 to 2015. Think of this as a set tour. I actually haven't looked at this footage since I initially captured it, so this will also act as a reaction video of sorts that'll be sprinkled in with some trivia and history. But before we get to that, have you heard about my Patreon? If you pledge to my page, you will be granted a series of exclusive rewards, such as early access to new uploads, entry to my behind-the-scenes podcast known as StacheCast, and download links to my Luigi Time library, among many other things. If you're interested, click the card that just appeared in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. I promise you won't regret it. Anywho, let's get this tour started. Alright, starting out strong, we got the shed that appears at the start of some of Luigi's New Year's Bash installments. You can actually see a faded reef, that there used to be a Christmas reef over that, but you see sort of the outline of it just from weather, sort of, you know, making a shadow on it and whatnot. We're going in to the garage, and not much was filmed in here. Just off the top of my head, this is the outdoor shot in Luigi's New Year's Bash 2014, when Luigi gets kicked out, and it was like, oh, he's outside, but it wasn't. It was actually inside this garage right here. This used to be way more cluttered. This acted as storage and whatnot. But the cool thing is, most of my videos from 2011 to 2015 were shot upstairs of this garage. There's a second floor, which we're going to right now. It's a loft, and you know, I converted it to many different sets, and you'll recognize this. This was used for the Mushroom Kingdom Hospital set, some of the Luigi's New Year's Bash sets. This was the shack Daisy squatted in. This is the abandoned shack. But yeah, over in that like little cubby, that was Toadsworth's sound booth, and where Wario and Waluigi placed their bets on who would win in the bash. Yeah, I spent so much time up here, and I just remember I'm allergic to like dust, and this room's like disgusting. You can kind of see some of it just because it's not really a finished room. I mean, it's safe to be in, but like, yeah, there's just like all this like sawdust and whatnot. Yeah, the first video filmed in here, was it the first video? Or just a notable video, I guess, was Luigi Time Paper Mario. That was the first video with my HD camera. Might have been the first video in here. And that shot of the light, that's how that video opens up. Yeah, and I filmed on these steps for the Paper Mario episode 2. And these are the steps where Luigi's like crying in the bash. And like Mario's like, oh, the people love you, they're fans, yada yada, and he convinces him to go back. But yeah, a lot of history in that little loft up there. Then we got the lawn right here. This was only used for like 2 videos. Off the top of my head, we got the Wii Sports remake with Luigi and Mario running. That bush was in the Bowser's Koopa Troop videos. The Koopa and Goomba ones were filmed out here on the lawn for one of the backdrops. That little cubby right there. This section was used just for, I think part of it was filmed for, what's it called? The Curse of Toadsworth Mansion, which was filmed at the house before this one, but I needed to get some coverage, some pickup shots, and that was just a nice slab of concrete I could use. And this little patio out there is where Rosalina's ship landed, and speaking of her ship, this was part of the Let's Kill Luma episode was filmed in this kitchen. It's weird seeing this kitchen for the first time in like years, but yeah, that's where they're like, have fun at school, and he flies out the door and whatnot, and I filmed on the ground down there when Rosalina's giving them the business, saying she's not leaving and whatnot. And what is it, the Minion Academy with the Wiggler urine, that's where that drink was made, on that little counter right there. But again, not much was filmed in the kitchen, But we're moving to the dining room, and probably the most notable video shot in here was Who Killed Princess Peach. Yeah, I remember, yeah, I shot in the daytime, but I wanted it to look, you know, dark and whatnot, so I covered up all the windows, and I covered up the little archways, the little door archways, like that thing you see right there. And to make it dark, it was cool. So here is like the family room. More Luigi time was filmed in here. Some of the remakes. Used to be couches in here. This is where TV was, where I would play video games. On that wall, actually, is where the TV was. The couch was on the right wall. Yeah, I like how this room looks. It's nice and cozy. I've got the red curtains, which, yeah, again, I shot over there for the Wii Photo Channel remake. Moving on, this hallway was used in Home Alone, where the Wario and Waluigi are finally stopped by Toadsworth. In this bathroom, I should say, Peach was locked in here, and Mario and Luigi StacheBros is the bathroom where Mario takes care of business with Luma, and it goes black and white, and it's the Psycho parody. This was just sort of like an art studio. I think only one video was shot in here, and once again, Luigi Time Remake Photo Channel. It's where the picture was printed, because yeah, like the printer and stuff was in here. And yeah, it's weird seeing that room empty because it was just like filled with all these art supplies before, but obviously this is like post move out. I think I was the last person in this house actually, and like I locked up, but I wanted to film this. And yeah, this is one of the bedrooms. This was Bowser's room in Mario and Luigi StacheBros. It's also the faculty lounge. Where I moved the desk in here, and while Luigi freaked out at Wario for like gypping him, because yeah, there was the whole thing where Wario betrayed him in the Stache sequel, which you should watch if you haven't. I guess I'm sort of spoiling things if you haven't watched them, but I don't know, it's been a while since they were posted, so I don't know, I don't feel as bad, I guess. So yeah, now we're moving. There's the front door. That's the front door Wario and Waluigi burst through in Home Alone. These are the stairs as well that they climb in Home Alone, where the spike balls shot down. It's also the stairs Donkey Kong and Diddy climbed in Super Donkey Kong Bros. And now we're entering the loft, as I like to call it, which was my bedroom, and where a lot of videos, oh my gosh, a lot of videos were filmed up here. This is Bowser's Castle. I deemed it, and I made this his castle. I think because of the rug. The rugs is sort of, I don't know, just the black and the black carpet and the wood. Just kind of, I got like a Bowser's Castle vibe. Oh yeah, you can see outside the garage and the shed. But yeah, so many videos were filmed in here. I think the last video I ever made, well actually the first and last video in this house were ever filmed in this room. The first one, I believe, was Luigi's New Year's Bash 2011, because I moved towards the end of 2011. I remember it was snowing when we moved in, so it was towards the end. And then the last video, I believe, was Kamek's Magic Class. And I actually have filmed more, but yeah, oh, and here's where the plushes were kept. All my plushes, a nice little secret cubby. But yeah, what I was saying, I have filmed other videos that actually haven't been posted yet, depending when you watch this set tour. I know part of Luigi Time Season 4 was filmed in here. But yeah, this is where my bed was. Yeah, so much time spent up here. Just, I kept props in those drawers right there. And there used to be another bureau on that wall where I had my clothes and whatnot. Now we're going to the attic, which is connected to the room, so it's not, I mean, I guess the loft is sort of an attic in itself, but there's like a separate room going on. This was used, again, in Curse of Toadsworth Mansion. This is where they found the chest and the curse was unleashed. And this was mainly used for storage and whatnot. You can see it in that video, actually. There's just a whole bunch of junk in here. And yeah, got a nice window out into the street. And this room was also used, like every time an alarm went off, I used that light right there. I would flick it on and off, because it's this weird bulb just jutting out, and like, adding some like color correction and whatnot. It looked cool, like an alarm going off. Yeah, onward we move, back out into the bedroom, or the castle, as you will. But yeah, other notable videos in here, Minion Academy. Yeah, basically like any Bowser thing. Like whenever they would have a meeting, they would go in there. And yeah, going back down the stairs, back into the family room. Yeah, it's definitely... I haven't looked at this footage in so long, and it's bringing me back, because now I spent a chunk of my life in here. I spent like all of high school. This is where I lived, and then I moved to the new house when I went to college. Yeah, just a lot of... I'm glad I filmed this. I'm glad I documented this. And now, I guess, if there's 3 rooms where I did the most work in, this would be one of the 3. The other 2 being my bedroom, which was for Bowser's Castle, and then the garage loft. So this is where I green screened. As you know, I've done a lot of green screen work, and yeah, these stairs were actually, or just this basement in general. You might notice it from the Chomp video, Bowser's Jailbreak, which is when Chomp was, when he joined the cast. And this little area was used in the Luigi's Mansion Luigi Time remake. But yeah, it kind of looks like this dingy dungeon, so like it worked well for like the spooky stuff. But yeah, the minions broke for that door to break Bowser out. But yeah, the green screen was over on that back wall, and you can actually, when we get closer, you'll see some tape where I put markers where I would put my tripod and lights. Yeah, and another shot of Curse of Toadger's Mansion was filmed back here. A lot of that video is actually filmed in here. I guess I did film between houses. Oh yeah, because that's right. The Curse of Toadger's Mansion was filmed 2 separate years, I think. I think I started it and then put it off and then finished it at this house. And we got a nice little cubby in here. I would do some voice recording now that the lights are on. I didn't do all my voice recording, but I did some because it's nice. It's a nice enclosed space. Alright, so I remember doing like some of the Mushroom Kingdom storybook voiceovers in here. Among other things, I don't think I filmed. Did I film in there? I don't think I did. But if I did, it was only like once or twice. But yeah, heading back over to where the green screen was. Another notable film or video, I guess, that was shot down here was BUP disorder, also known as butt ugly plush disorder. Because every time, and I've done this a few times where I got, oh, those are those markers, by the way, where my tripod and lights went. But yeah, every time I would get like that whole behind the scenes look, or like the video would cut and show like just the production, which I did in like the Mushroom Kingdom storybook about Boo, and then like BUPD, because it's like, oh, behind the scenes look, but it's still a plush video. Yeah, I would film down here and you would see this and those kind of videos. So yeah, I spent so much time in the basement. I remember one thing, the heater would always go off, so like I would have to wait, and it would be really annoying because like I would have to film all this green screen stuff down there, but I couldn't because of the noise. And so then later I started doing voice recording before filming, which I wish I had done back in this house. I actually did it at the new house. Oh, that's the phone Luigi uses in his hot date, and also Wii Sports. But yeah, if I had done the voice recording sooner, like at this house, I would have been able to film more, because if you do the voice recording beforehand, you don't have to worry about noise. You can, and that's like the nice thing. If it's like really hot, I can put a fan on, and then I won't have to sweat, because the noise doesn't matter, because I already have the clean audio. I just have to move the plushes. So now I'm heading over to the woods, and a few things were shot in the woods. Most notably would be the episode in Mario and Luigi StacheBros where they're climbing the cliff to get to Bowser's Castle. On one of these stumps, I filmed the new opening for Mushroom Kingdom Storybook, which I feel like that was a nice improvement upon the original, making it all HD and whatnot. Got the back of the shed over there. Yeah, I just remember as a kid, I loved filming in the woods. The first season of Mario and Luigi was shot in the woods, and that house, the old house, the woods were very secluded. This one, like, there's neighbors and whatnot, so it's like shared. But yeah, so much was filmed in that old house in the woods. It was just cool being one with nature and getting bit by a lot of bugs. I remember that much. Sometimes I would bring bug spray, other times I just toughen it out. But yeah, this house has like a really cool woods because of the cliff you saw in that one episode, and there it is now. Actually, I'm gonna get a closer look, hopefully. But yeah, like, it's super steep. It's actually kind of scary. I think I fell at least once when trying to film something. Yeah, it's super steep, super dangerous, but super cool to look at. Super cool backdrop to film on. I kind of wish I exploited it more, filmed more here, because it really is cool. A lot of history in this environment. Important to this channel, and I'm glad I've documented it, and I'm happy to show it with you today in my ramblings, my nostalgia. Maybe one day I'll do this for the new home, and I'll show off Stache Studios, as I like to call it, because now I film the like green screen stuff and like all the like Luigi's New Year's Bash stuff in a barn that I have dubbed Stache Studios, just because I'm cool like that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't, and follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Yeah, and also Patreon, there's some cool stuff on Patreon that you should check out. You pledge, you get perks, as I like to say. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. See you next time.